In this video, we're going to talk about Jamboard and take a quick tour of the features. It's important to note that we're talking about Jamboard, the web app, and not Jamboard, the mobile application or the application that's used with Google's interactive smartboard. Google has an interactive smartboard that uses the Jamboard app. That app has more features and integration ability with Google. For example, from the Jamboard app, you could start a Google Meet and you can embed Google Documents, but that is for their specific interactive smartboard that's similar to our JTouches. What we're talking about is Jamboard, the web app, which students will be able to use on their Chromebooks and you will be able to use on your device. So to get started, you want to make sure that you're signed into your school account. You can see I'm signed into my school account here, and then you want to navigate to jamboard.google.com. Your dashboard might look much like mine. It's pretty empty. I only have one Jamboard started. To start a Jamboard, you're going to click on the orange button and click New Jam. I'm just going to use the one I made. So when I bring this up, you can see that it's a pretty basic digital whiteboard that has some features that you can use to edit it. So you have a pen tool that you can use to, draw on your whiteboard. You have an eraser tool. You have an arrow tool. There's a sticky note option where you can make Post-it notes. And you can resize your sticky notes. You can rotate them. You can duplicate them. Move them around, make them big. You have the option to embed images. So you can embed them from your drive. You can do an image search and embed those into your boards as well. And again, these you can also resize, rotate, duplicate. You can also embed shapes. So I can embed, let's see, this half circle. I can use the paint bucket in the top here to fill it with a color. I can embed a text box. And then I have a laser pointer option. It's the last one here. And I can, it disappears, but I can draw attention to things, circle things to have students draw their focus there. I can also change the background. So I can put a graph paper background. They have a dot background. I can change these up. If I wanted to delete this whole board at once, I could click on Clear Frame, and that would clear the whiteboard. And so this whole whiteboard is called a frame in Jamboard, and I can also add more frames to this. So at the top, you'll notice it says 1 of 2. That's because I added a second page or a frame, as Jamboard calls it. And I can keep using this right arrow to add more frames, so you can see that the numbers are counting up. If I click on this drop-down arrow, you can see that I have all of my frames, but you can also see that I have a collaborator. It's my training account, is located on frame 2. So the really neat thing with Jamboards is that you can have multiple editors on this document editing it at once. Everyone can be on one frame here, and everyone can be drawing on it, diagramming, maybe demoing an answer to a math problem or diagramming a model of something, or you can have multiple people spread out across multiple frames, and each person could have their own frame and be drawing and modeling and writing Post-it notes and giving feedback, and you can kind of float between them. The other option is you can use this in Google Classroom with the option to assign to students, and you can assign maybe 5 students one Jamboard, and that's their project space for them to collaborate and sort of demonstrate their thinking. Instead of having your whole class on it, you can sort of scope it down to groups, so that they're all in that one collaborative space. And just to give you a sense of what that looks like, here's my training account, and I'll navigate to frame 2. But on my training account, I'll select the pen, and you should be able to see that it's drawing. There's a little bit of a delay, but you can see that I can sort of see what other people are doing. So that's how you use Google Jamboard.